Okay, welcome back everybody to another creepypasta. Okay, today we're gonna be working on Jeff the Killer. As much as I don't want to read about this creepy dude, I do it for your entertainment. Oh yeah, and I'll put this link in the description. It's a guy talking that's made all of these. He's actually reading it. So here we go. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, I had to go pee, but I'm just kidding. Okay, excerpt from a local newspaper. Ominous, holy crap. I'm gonna hurry through this. That thing's gonna give me nightmares. Ominous unknown killer still at large. Oh, ominous unknown killer is still at large. After weeks of unexplained murders, the ominous unknown killer is still on the rise. After little evidence has been found, a young boy states that he survived one of the killer's attacks and bravely tells the story. I had a bad dream, and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the little boy. Crap. Holy crap, okay. I had a bad dream and I woke up in the middle of the night, says the boy. I saw that for some reason the window was open, even though I remember it being closed before I went to bed. I got up and shut it once more. Afterwards, holy crap, I can still see that freaking smile. Afterwards, I simply crawled under my covers and tried to get back to sleep. That's when I had a strange feeling, like someone was watching me. Sorry about that. I looked up and nearly jumped out of my bed. I'm gonna get in my scary voice. There, in the little ray of light, illuminating from between my curtains, were a pair of two eyes. These weren't regular eyes. They were dark, ominous eyes. They were bordered in black, and just plain out terrified me. That's when I saw a smile, a long, horrendous smile that made every hair in my body stand up. The figure stood there, watching me. Finally, after what seemed like forever, he said it. A simple phrase, but said in a way only a madman could speak. He said, "Go to sleep." I let out a scream. That's what sent him at me. He pulled out a knife, aiming at my heart. He jumped on top of my bed. I fought him back. I kicked, I punched, I rolled around, trying to knock him off of me. That's when my dad busted in. My man threw the knife. It went into my dad's shoulder. The man probably would have finished him off if one of the neighbors hadn't alerted the police. They drove into the parking lot and ran towards the door. The man turned and ran down the hallway. I heard a smash, like glass breaking. As I came out of my room, I saw the window that was pointing towards the back of my house was broken. I looked out it to see him vanish in the distance. I can tell you one thing. I will never forget that face. Those cold, evil eyes. That psychotic smile. They will never leave my head. Police are still on the look for this man. If you see anyone that fits the description in this story, please contact your local police department. Jeff and his... Okay. This is the beginning. Where it all started. Jeff and his family had just moved into a new neighborhood. His dad had gotten a promotion at work, and they thought it would be best to live in one of those fancy neighborhoods. Jeff and his brother Louie couldn't complain though. A new, better house. What was not to love? As they were getting unpacked, one of their neighbors came by. "Hello," she said. "I'm Barbara. I live across the street from you. Well, I just wanted to introduce myself and to introduce my son. She turns around and calls her son over. Billy, these are our new neighbors. Billy said hi and ran back to play in his yard. Well, Jeff's mom, I'm Margaret, and this is my husband Peter. and my two sons, Jeff and Louie. They each introduced themselves, and then Barbara invited them to her son's birthday. Jeff and his brother were about to object when their mother said that they would love to. When Jeff and his family were done packing, Jeff went up to his mom. Mom, why would you invite us to some kid's party? If you haven't noticed, I'm not some dumb kid. Jeff, said his mother, we just moved here. We should show that we want to spend time with our neighbors. Now we're going to that party, and that's final. Jeff started to talk, but stopped himself, knowing that he couldn't do anything. Whenever his mom said something, it was final. He walked up to his room and plopped down on his bed. He sat there looking at the ceiling when suddenly he got a weird feeling. Not so much a pain, but a weird feeling. He dismissed it as just some random feeling. He heard his mother call him down to get his stuff, and he walked down to get it. Piece of crap. The next day, Jeff walked down the stairs to get breakfast and got ready for school. As he sat there eating his breakfast, he once again got that feeling. This time it was stronger. It gave him a slight tugging pain, but he once again dismissed it. Sorry if I clear my throat a lot. I don't know what it is. I do it all the time. I have no idea, so sorry, just in the future. As he and Louie finished breakfast, they walked down to the bus stop. They sat there waiting for the bus, and then all of a sudden some kids on a skateboard jumped over them, only inches above their lap. They both jumped in surprise. Hey, what the heck? Oh my god. I guess it's when I speak, because sometimes I'm a little shy to speak, so. The kid landed and turned back to them. He kicked his skateboard up and caught it with his hands. The kid seemed to be about 12, 1 year younger than Jeff. He wears an Aeropostale shirt and ripped blue jeans. Well. It looks like we got some new meat. Suddenly, two other kids appeared. One was super skinny, and the other one was huge. Well, since you're new here, I'd like to introduce ourselves. Over there is Keith, Jeff, and... Whoa. There's Keith. Jeff and Lou looked over at the skinny kid. He had a dopey face that you'd expect a sidekick to have, and he's Troy. They looked over at the fat kid. Talk about a tub of lard. This kid looked like he hadn't exercised since he was crawling. And I, said the first kid, am Randy. And I, said the first kid, am Randy. Now for all the kids in this neighborhood, there is a small price for bus fare, if you catch my drift. Louie stood up, ready to punch the lights out of this kid's eye when one of his friends pulled a knife on him. I hope you'd be more cooperative, but it seems we must do this the hard way. The kid walked up to Louie and took his wallet out of his pocket. Jeff got that feeling again. Now it was truly strong, a burning sensation. He stood up, but Lou gestured him to sit down. Jeff ignored him and walked up to the kid. Listen here, you little punk. Give back my bro's wallet or else. Randy put the wallet in his pocket and pulled out his own knife. Oh, and what will you do? Just as he finished the sentence, Jeff popped the kid in the nose. As Randy reached for his face, Jeff grabbed the kid's wrist and broke it. Randy screamed, and Jeff grabbed the knife from his hand. Troy and Keith rushed Jeff, but Jeff was too quick. He threw Randy to the ground. Keith lashed at him, but Jeff ducked and stabbed him in the arm. Keith dropped his knife and fell to the ground, screaming. Troy rushed him too, but Jeff didn't even need the knife. He punched Troy straight in the stomach, and Troy went down. As he fell, he puked all over. Lou could not do anything but look in amazement at Jeff. Jeff, how'd you... That was all he said. They saw the bus coming, and they knew they'd be blamed for the whole thing. So they started running as fast as they could. As they ran, they both looked back and saw the bus driver rushing over to Randy and the others. As Jeff and Louie made it to school, they didn't dare tell what happened. All they did was sit and listen. Louie just thought of that as his brother beating up a few kids, but Jeff knew it was more. It was something... Oh, I might have to make a part 2 to this. It was something scary. As he got that feeling, he felt how powerful it was. The urge to just hurt someone. He didn't like how it sounded, but he couldn't help feeling happy. He felt that strange feeling go away and stay away for the entire day of school. Even as he walked home due to the whole thing near the bus stop and how he probably wouldn't be taking the bus anymore, he felt happy. When he got home, his parents asked him how his day was, and he said, in a somewhat ominous voice, "It was a wonderful day." Next morning, he heard a knock at his front door. He walked down to find 2 police officers at his door, his mother looking back at him with an angry look. "Jeff, these officers tell me you attacked 3 kids, that it wasn't a regular fight, and that they were stabbed." "Stabbed, son!" Jeff's gaze fell to the floor, showing his mother that it was true. "Mom, they were the ones who pulled the knives on me and Louie." "Son," said one of the cops, "we found 3 kids, 2 stabbed, 1 having a bruise on his stomach, and we have witnesses saying that you fled from the scene. Now what does that tell us?" Jeff knew it was no use. He could say him and Louie had been attacked, but then there was no proof. It was not them who attacked first. They couldn't say that they were fleeing because, truth be told, they were. So Jeff couldn't defend himself or Louie. "Son, call down your brother." Jeff couldn't do it since it was him who beat up all those kids. "Sir, it was me. I was the one who beat up those kids. Louie tried to hold me back, but he couldn't stop me." The cop looked at his partner and they both nodded. "Well, kid, looks like you're in juvie." "Wait!" said Lou. They all looked up to see him holding a knife. The officers pulled a gun and locked him on Louie. "It was me. I beat up all those punks. Up those little punks. I have the marks to prove it." He lifted up his sleeve to reveal the cuts and bruises, as if he was in a struggle. "Son, just put the knife down," said the officer. Louie held up the knife and dropped it to the ground. He put his hands up and walked over to the cops. "No, Louie, it was me. I did it." Jeff had tears running down his face. Poor bro. Poor bro. Trying to take the blame for what I did. Well, take me away. The police led Louie out to the patrol car. Louie, tell them it was me. Tell them. I was the one who beat up those kids." Jeff's mother put her hand on his shoulder. "Jeff, please, you don't have to lie. We know it was Louie. You can stop." Jeff watched hopelessly as the cop car speeds off with Louie inside. A few minutes later, Jeff's dad pulled into the driveway, seeing Jeff's face and knowing something was wrong. Son, what is it?" Jeff couldn't answer. His vocal cords were strained from crying. Instead, Jeff's mother walked his father inside to break